according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan.
Promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing, under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam.
I'm robbing y'all. Phelps does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated.
Floyd Mayweather may have just jeopardized everything. Recently, he claimed to have purchased $42 million worth of Manhattan apartments. However, property records show no such deals. He proudly declared ownership without any partners, but now it's starting to look like a bluff. This controversy could deal a serious blow to his reputation.
Ever. All right. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these buildings.
Even as he approaches 50, Mayweather's obsession with flaunting his riches hasn't slowed down. His online posts still feature luxury fashion, private planes, and stacks of money. But critics argue that this endless display is what's steering him toward financial collapse. Instead of preparing for the future, he seems stuck feeding a fantasy.
They kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old and feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best, especially black people, try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angela start researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of some type of ownership group that got a part of it, and you got 50.
One viral video shows Floyd spreading piles of cash across a table like a buffet spread. He parades $100 bills like they're medals. But needing to constantly flash cash often signals something deeper: insecurity. True wealth doesn't scream for attention. It speaks quietly and confidently without the need to show off.
Money made, money made, money made all day. Right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. Money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
Though Floyd remains undefeated in the ring, it doesn't mean the audience loves his fights. Many admit they watch just to see him lose. His cautious defensive technique has been labeled dull, and when mixed with his attitude, it's no wonder why some root against him instead of cheering him on.
One of the best middleweights of all time is fighting this weekend. I didn't say greatest, I said best. I am really high on Janibek Alimanilu. He beats Canelo, he knocks out Crawford with ease. This guy's a monster, absolute freak. If you guys haven't watched his highlights, if you guys haven't watched the full fight, go watch him. He's fighting this weekend. Make sure you guys tune in. His last fight was absolutely domination. This should be illegal. But a lot of people ask me like, Jerry, why are you so boxing? Janibek Alimhanila is a monster. I hope you guys tune in this weekend to see what I've been seeing.
Not long ago, Floyd was penalized for promoting shady financial schemes. He pushed questionable crypto projects and other money grabs. After the ban lifted, he teamed up with Kim Kardashian to promote another NFT venture. It's clear he hasn't changed, just cycling through the same risky plays in hopes of fast cash.
When Floyd Mayweather was banned for 3 years from promoting securities after scamming his fans with an ICO called Syntratech. He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing, under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam. And now that it's 2022, his 3-year securities ban is over, and he's back to scamming again. He's currently being sued once again for his promotion of Ethereum Max alongside Kim Kardashian, and also has gotten really into NFTs.
And if you in the NFT world and you betting on me, you will never lose. But what I need you to do right now, go get Mayweatherverse. That's my new NFT. I've been working on that for months. If I win, you win.
Now, it's pretty obvious from these comments that Floyd has learned nothing after not reading the SEC settlement. So maybe that's why he tells us we can't lose by betting on it. So let's put that to the test with his last 3 NFT projects.
I'm dropping my NFT tonight. FloydNFT.com, August 10th. Go get it right now. Matter of fact, don't even wait till August 10th. Get it now. My NFT. Own a piece of my legacy. Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm not just in 30% or 40%, full 100%. I'm behind you. I'm all the way in.
Now, Floyd's world was indeed a huge success for Floyd Mayweather, who raked in $4.9 million. But what happened to his fans? Well, they're furious because the price of this NFT has collapsed over 90%, and they angrily responded in the comments section, "You already have an NFT project. It's called @RealFloydNFT. You released it last year and then stopped working on it immediately after. Have you been punched in the head so much you're forgetting these things now?"
From tax issues to getting allegedly detained in Dubai over unpaid jewelry, Floyd's financial history is full of red flags. These aren't isolated incidents. They paint a troubling picture. It's not only about losing money, but about damaging trust, influence, and how the public sees him.
Well, it turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now, multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Mayweather has made a fortune, yet he's been accused of collecting money for events that never materialize. Fans have paid for exclusive experiences only to be left empty-handed. A TikTok deep dive even showed how much of his brand may be just smoke and mirrors. He bragged about earning $100 million from fighting McGregor, but insiders question the accuracy of that claim.
What's the biggest fights you've ever had? Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which ironically is a boxing event, but it's the biggest combat sports fight ever. What did that gross? It did 4.4 or 4.5 million buys at $100 a buy. Yeah, so that worked out okay. It did.
MMA veteran Chael Sonnen had harsh words for Floyd. He said the problem isn't earning, it's spending. Mayweather no longer fights for passion or glory, but for the paycheck. His flashy lifestyle has taken center stage. Once fighting for titles, now he's just chasing dollar signs.
No, Floyd's not going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box, when he said he's retired, why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Mike Tyson, he did real well too with Evander Holyfield. Again, it's not what you made it. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works when you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money. If you ever buy things that cost money to own, you're going to be broke.
To Floyd, money equals status. His social media is filled with luxury goods and cash as proof of his success. But critics like Shannon Sharp believe this constant flexing reflects deeper issues, perhaps financial instability. Instead of securing lasting wealth, Floyd may be too focused on maintaining a flashy image.
The Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. I need everybody. That girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
Whether you admire him or not, Floyd has earned a place in history, not just for his boxing skills but for his ego. He's openly said he cares more about money than legacy. That mindset might have padded his bank account, but it's also fueled widespread dislike. And now, as things unravel, some are finding satisfaction in his potential fall.
Floyd Mayweather was trying to give y'all the fights, and everybody starts saying that this guy was too old, this guy was too that. Floyd Mayweather starts saying F all of y'all. F the belts, F you, F everything. I'm taking y'all to the bank, I'm robbing y'all. Belts does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated. I train all day long, and I'm doing this to try to be one of the greats. Forget that, I'm gonna do it for me. He became one of the most selfish fighters you'll ever hear. That's why I never blamed Floyd. When y'all hear me say the Floyd Mayweather effect, a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, you hate on Mayweather already. No, I'm talking about the effect. Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but people grab the wrong things because most people aren't about hard work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw a scenic route.
His return from retirement to fight Logan Paul wasn't about sport. It was a cash grab. Floyd needed funds, and this bizarre matchup became the solution. But Logan later accused Floyd of not paying $3 million owed to him. Logan joked online that Floyd might be broke. Whether true or not, real wealth doesn't need constant validation.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that didn't happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
I remember the week before I fought Floyd, I was in my hotel room by myself with my mind about to implode.
You're about to fight arguably the greatest boxer of all time.
As an 0-1 YouTuber.
It's great that you got the job done of getting the paperwork. I got Floyd Mayweather to agree to fight me. But you gave a respectable performance to where people walked away and it's not a gimmick anymore.
I owe Floyd a thanks. Floyd Mayweather, looking forward to receiving the rest of the money you owe me, but thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Things got even worse when Logan threatened legal action. "See you in court," he warned. If Logan wins, it won't just cost Floyd money. It'll cause more damage to his already fragile public image. These aren't just poor decisions. They point to a downward spiral.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
short a few million.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this one to court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm with you. I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Floyd has a history of run-ins with the law. He spent time behind bars and often blames fame for robbing his freedom. Yet his own reckless actions, financial and otherwise, keep pushing him closer to legal trouble. All the money in the world can't protect you from consequences.
You know, I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye, you know, we wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, she was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, you know, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, you know, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, you know, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back.
Even his old friend 50 Cent called him out, claiming Floyd never repaid him for investments. Floyd dismissed it, saying he never asked for help. That response shows a lack of gratitude and a troubling pattern of using people when convenient. Once the self-proclaimed TBE, the best ever, Floyd's empire now teeters from scandals and reckless spending. This might be one downfall he can't bounce back from.
Anybody who knows Floyd knows he doesn't want to be alone. So in that situation, like, I was concerned about him because, like, I went to visit him more than anyone else that he would call a friend would actually visit him. And it's because I knew that he, like this, he'll buy stuff for you to keep you around. His temperament, there's no balance. Like, he can do anything and they'll still stay there because it's like they're yes, man. Right. Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of today's video. Don't go far. I'll see you next time.